Okay friends, now we are going to answer our fourth question, that is we will gonna discuss about bookkeeping, accounting and accountancy one by one, and after that we will differentiate these three terms from each other. So our first term is bookkeeping. As the name suggests, it is basically the keeping of book. But in what sense? So we can explain bookkeeping as a part of accounting, being a process of recording the financial transaction, recording the financial transactions and events in the book of accounts. As I said, it is basically keeping a book. But which book? Book of accounts, which involve recording the financial transaction and events. Thus, we can say that it involves first identification, identification of identification of financial transaction. Afterwards, measuring them in terms of money, measuring those financial transactions in terms of money. Third, recording them in the book of accounts, recording them in the books of accounts known as journal, book of accounts, that is journal. And the fourth step is classifying the financial transactions, that is posting them in ledger accounts. We can see, as we have discussed the definition of accounting, bookkeeping is a part of accounting as it involves the first step, that is identification of financial transaction and measuring them in terms of money, then recording and classifying, but it does not involve summarizing or communication of the data, which is the part of accounting. Thus we can call accounting as a wider term as compared to bookkeeping. Now coming towards our second point, that is accounting. What we mean by accounting? We have already discussed a process of collecting, recording, classifying, summarizing, and communicating the financial information to the financial information to the users. We can see that it as if we compare it with the bookkeeping, it involves a process, collection, recording and classifying, but the left three parts are in the process of accounting but not in bookkeeping. So on the basis of this definition and explanation, we can now differentiate bookkeeping and accounting. Okay, now differentiating the bookkeeping and accounting. First of all, basis of differentiation is scope. Bookkeeping involves identifying the financial terms, measuring them in money value, recording and then classifying the financial transactions. On the other hand, accounting involves bookkeeping plus summarizing and communication of financial information of the business with the users. Here we can see that the scope of accounting is wider than bookkeeping, as it involves bookkeeping as well as summarizing and communication of financial information. Coming towards the next differentiation basis, that is stage. We can say that the bookkeeping is a primary stage, and on the other hand, accounting is secondary stage, as it is prepared only after preparing the bookkeeping of account. Now coming towards the third basis, that is objective. Why we need bookkeeping and why we need accounting? We have to discuss the objective here. The objective of bookkeeping is to maintain the systematic records of financial transactions, right? Transactions, as we have stated in the definition, that bookkeeping is basically to maintain the record and classify the financial transaction. That is what we have stated in the objective, that the main objective of bookkeeping is to record the financial transaction. On the other hand, accounting's main objective is to communicate the financial information to the user, that is ascertain the net result relating to the financial position of the firm. Okay, now coming towards the fourth basis of differentiation, that is nature of job. That is, at what time we are required to prepare bookkeeping and when we are going to prepare accounting. In case of bookkeeping, we need a routine job, but in case of accounting, we need analytical and dynamic nature of job. That is, records are required to maintain on daily basis, that today how many sales took place, or at what number the purchases are made. But in case of accounting, as we need to compute the financial position, it is analytical and dynamic job which is done on some annual or some semi-annual basis, but not on routine basis. Now coming towards the fifth basis, that is performance. Who performs bookkeeping and who performs accounting? In case of bookkeeping, junior staff are basically engaged. Junior staff are basically engaged in performing the activities of bookkeeping, but in case of accounting, senior staff is required to manage the accounting process. Now coming toward the sixth basis of differentiation, that is special skills. As we saw that in case of performance, junior staff is required to maintain the bookkeeping, and in case of accounting, senior staff is required. We can easily say that in case of bookkeeping, mechanical skills are required. Skills are required to maintain bookkeeping on daily basis, but in case of accounting, special skills of analyzing and interpretation are required. This is the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. Now coming towards our third term, that is accountancy. We can say that as we saw that our book of accountancy in 11th is named as financial accounting, means accountancy is a wider in which financial accounting is just a part. Okay, so we can say that accountancy is wider as compared to accounting. Just like accounting is wider than bookkeeping, accountancy is wider than accounting. Accountancy involves accounting in itself. So explaining the accountancy, it is a systematic knowledge of accounting. It basically answers the how. That is, how to deal with various aspects of accounting. Right? So by this definition, we can say that accounting is a narrower term as compared to accountancy, and accountancy helps accounting to answer the how part of the accounting. It educates us how to maintain the book of accounts and how to summarize the accounting information and communicate it with the users. So accountancy refers to an entire body of theory and practice of accounting. Okay, on the basis of this definition of accountancy, now we are going to differentiate accounting and accountancy. So, on the basis of the definitions, now we are going to differentiate accountancy and accounting. First of all, we can say that accountancy is the area of knowledge. And on the other hand, accountancy is the action or process used in that area. It is basically the area of knowledge where we are going to study about accounting and other concepts. But on the other hand, accounting tells us the action, how to apply in the accountancy to make something a part of accountancy. Second point is, we can say that accounting depends on the rules and policies framed by accountancy, right? But accountancy does not doesn't depends on accounting. Third, accountancy is a wider concept. On the other hand, accounting basically a part of accountancy. Fourth, accounting is the application of accountancy. Right? As in case of accounting, we will apply the rules and regulation and the policies of accountancy. So we can say that the accounting is just an application of accountancy. But on the other hand, it is said that accountancy is the knowledge of accounting. With this, we have completed the difference between bookkeeping, accounting and accountancy. Thank you. Hope you guys have downloaded the app Scholar Learning and you guys are enjoying our lectures. Thank you.